Respected viewers, before we begin, I want you to take a deep breath. Feel your heartbeat for a moment, that steady rhythm inside you. It's more than a pulse. It's your life's silent companion. But what if I told you that every single day, millions of people unknowingly do one simple thing that silently drives their blood pressure higher and higher? Until one day, it's too late to turn back. Every heartbeat is a miracle, yet most of us take it for granted. We wake up, drink our tea or coffee, rush through our mornings, scroll through our phones and think we're fine. But the truth is, high blood pressure doesn't shout. It whispers. It hides behind normal days. Behind I'm just a little tired. Behind I didn't sleep well. Behind it's just stress. Until one day, that whisper turns into a storm inside your arteries. There's a moment I'll never forget. Years ago, I had a patient, a man in his 50s, strong, hardworking, never missed a day of work. One morning, he collapsed at his desk. No warning, no pain. His blood pressure had quietly been building day after day from something he thought was harmless, something he did every single morning without ever questioning it. When I told his family what caused it, they couldn't believe it because it wasn't junk food, it wasn't lack of exercise, it wasn't even stress. It was a daily habit that millions of people do, thinking it's completely normal. I've seen this mistake in young people, in the elderly, in those who think they're living healthy. It's hidden in plain sight, part of our morning routine, our emotional rhythm, our relationship with the world around us. And the more we ignore it, the more it feeds the silent fire inside our blood vessels. The more it trains our hearts to work harder, pump faster, and slowly wear themselves down. You see, blood pressure isn't just about salt or fat or genetics. It's about what your body feels every single day. Every stress you carry, every emotion you suppress, every moment of rushing without breathing, your heart remembers it all. It's the quiet keeper of your choices. That's why high blood pressure is called the silent killer. Because it doesn't arrive suddenly. It grows with you. It walks beside you for years, invisible but patient. And this one mistake, this daily mistake, makes that silent killer even stronger. It's not something you eat, it's something you do. It's a pattern of living so deeply woven into our modern life that most people don't even recognize it as a problem. But your body does, your heart does, your arteries do. In my years as a doctor, I've seen people take every pill, follow every diet, and still see their numbers climb higher. Because they never changed this one thing. The body is remarkable. It adapts, it heals, it warns us quietly through fatigue, dizziness, headaches. But when you keep repeating this mistake, you silence those warnings. You condition your body to believe that chaos is normal. Right now, I want you to imagine your arteries like rivers. When the flow is smooth, everything thrives. The organs, the brain, the heart. But when the current is disturbed every single day by the same small trigger, the riverbanks begin to erode. The pressure builds, the flow becomes uneven, and slowly, silently, those rivers turn dangerous. You may think, I don't smoke, I eat well, I'm fine. But that's exactly what most people with high blood pressure once believed. Until the day they discovered how something as simple as a daily behavior, something they did without thought, was forcing their heart to fight against them. And what if I told you that the mistake I'm talking about isn't a sin of indulgence, but a sin of neglect? Not what you consume, but what you deny yourself. A small, invisible act of self-abandonment that builds pressure inside not just your arteries but your emotions, your sleep, your peace of mind. I'll explain what that mistake is and how you can reverse it. But first, I want you to understand what's really happening inside you when your pressure rises. Because when you truly see what your body endures each day, the endless battle it fights to keep you alive, you'll never take your heart for granted again. When your blood pressure rises, it's not random. It's your body's cry for balance, a warning signal wrapped in silence. Deep inside, your heart is trying to protect you. It pumps faster to deliver oxygen to a body that's constantly tense, constantly alert, constantly on edge. You see, the world we live in today doesn't allow the heart to rest. It demands performance, efficiency, constant connection. And the result? Our hearts are running marathons, even when we're sitting still. Now here's where that daily mistake begins. Every morning, before we've even taken a full breath, we do something that floods our brain with stress hormones, cortisol, adrenaline, long before breakfast touches our lips. We wake up, reach for our phones, and start scrolling. Emails, news, messages, notifications, tiny electric sparks of stress. And though we may not feel it, the body does. That rush of information, the emotional spikes, the silent tension, it's the perfect storm that sets the tone for your entire day. Your blood pressure rises within minutes of waking, not because you're sick, but because you're overwhelmed. And over time, this morning habit trains your heart to expect chaos as soon as you open your eyes. That's the one daily mistake, beginning the day in stress mode. Every single morning, without pause, without silence, without gratitude. We don't give our hearts a chance to wake up gently. Think about it. For generations, people started their mornings with stillness, with quiet, with reflection. But now, the first thing we do is absorb the world. And in doing so, we flood our system with the weight of 1,000 stories, comparisons, arguments, expectations. It's not just psychological pressure, it's biological. Your body perceives every digital alert as a potential threat. Your heart rate increases, your blood vessels constrict, your nervous system prepares for battle, even though you're just lying in bed, staring at a screen. Day after day, this becomes your baseline. Your heart no longer knows peace. It learns to live in defense mode. It beats harder, faster, constantly adjusting to the invisible war you're fighting with your devices, your schedules, your unfinished to-do lists. This is why so many people can eat right, exercise daily, even meditate, and still struggle with blood pressure, because their mornings are poisoned by an invisible habit. The truth is, high blood pressure is not just a physical condition, it's emotional. It's how you live, how you wake, how you respond to life. Your arteries are listening to your lifestyle. Every sigh, every rush, every anxious scroll. The constant noise of modern life has made calmness feel unnatural, and when peace becomes rare, health becomes fragile. Imagine, for a moment, how your body reacts to silence, to stillness. When you wake and take a deep breath before anything else, your nervous system resets. Your hormones rebalance. Your heart rate steadies. That one choice, just a few minutes of quiet before the chaos, can lower your pressure more effectively than you realize. But we don't give ourselves that chance. We've become addicted to urgency, and the cost is our heartbeat. That's why, even when medications help for a while, the problem returns. Because the cause isn't always chemical, it's behavioral. You can't medicate away a lifestyle that keeps you under constant internal pressure. You have to change how you begin your day. And the saddest part? Most people don't notice this mistake until it's too late. They say, it's just my morning routine. Everyone does it. But that's exactly the point. Everyone does it, and everyone's getting sicker. We've normalized stress as a way of living. We wear exhaustion like a badge of honor, and our hearts are paying the price. So the question becomes, what if you broke that cycle? What if, starting tomorrow, you gave your heart 10 minutes of peace before facing the world? What if you replaced the morning flood of stress with something simple, something healing? Because when you do, something incredible begins to happen inside you. Your pressure starts to fall, not through force, but through harmony. Your body remembers what calm feels like. Your heart begins to trust you again. And slowly, the damage starts to heal. But healing isn't instant. The mind will resist it. The body will crave its chaos. And that's where the real test begins. In the quiet moments when the world demands you hurry, but your heart whispers, slow down. In the next part, I'll share what actually happens inside your arteries when you ignore that whisper, and how that single choice repeated over weeks and months creates invisible scars that change your life forever. When we ignore the body's quiet signals, something tragic begins to unfold beneath the surface. Your arteries, which once flowed freely like calm rivers, start to change their very texture. Every surge of stress, every sharp rise in pressure, leaves behind tiny marks, invisible scars along their walls. At first, your body repairs them. It's resilient. It fights back. But when this stress becomes daily, when it becomes part of who you are, those small scars never get the chance to heal. They harden, they thicken, and slowly the river loses its grace. Inside you, the pressure begins to build like water behind a dam. The heart has to push harder just to move that same amount of blood through narrower paths. What once was smooth and effortless becomes a struggle. And with each beat, your heart sends a desperate message. I'm trying, but you're not listening. That's the danger of the daily mistake. It numbs you. It convinces you that you're fine, that a little tension is normal, that it's just life. But inside, the battle is constant. You might not feel pain, but your body does. It feels every heartbeat that came too fast, every vessel that tightened too long, every moment you told yourself, I don't have time to rest. There's something deeply human about this. The way we push through fatigue, the way we dismiss our symptoms, the way we tell ourselves we're stronger than stress. But strength isn't the absence of stillness. True strength is balance, the ability to protect your peace in a world that thrives on stealing it. When blood pressure stays high, your organs suffer silently. Your brain doesn't get the same easy flow of oxygen. Your kidneys strain to filter blood that arrives under too much force. Your eyes, your nerves, your very thoughts, all start to pay a price. That's why people with uncontrolled pressure feel tired without reason, angry without cause, sad without understanding why. It's not just physical, it's emotional wear and tear, slowly woven into the rhythm of your days. And the cruel part, the habit that fuels this suffering often feels harmless, checking your phone, rushing breakfast, arguing in your head before anyone's even spoken to you. We've built lives around reaction instead of reflection. Our bodies never return to baseline, never remember peace. You might ask, how can something so small cause something so big? But that's the nature of hidden damage. It grows slowly, quietly, unnoticed, like a crack in a foundation, like a whisper before a storm. There's a story I once heard about an old violin. It was played every day by a tired musician who never cared for it, who never wiped the dust, never loosened the strings. One day the strings snapped mid-performance. The sound was sharp, sudden, heartbreaking. But the truth is, that break didn't happen that night. It happened over months of neglect, of strain, of silence ignored. That violin is your heart. The strings are your arteries. You can't keep them tense forever and expect them to hold their tune. But here's the hope, because there is hope. The human body, even after years of pressure and fatigue, still holds the power to heal. It remembers peace, even if you've forgotten it. When you start to live differently, when you reclaim your mornings, breathe before you scroll, walk before you rush, the healing begins. Slowly, gently, beautifully. I've seen it in patients who thought it was too late, men and women who believed their heart was beyond saving. But when they gave themselves stillness, when they stopped living as if every moment was an emergency, their numbers fell, their sleep returned, their energy rose. Not from a pill, but from presence. So before we talk about how to truly restore that balance, I want you to remember this truth. Your heart doesn't just keep you alive, it listens to how you live. Every thought, every emotion, every habit, it echoes in your bloodstream. And if you've spent years in stress, you owe it a chance to rest. Because the same way high blood pressure builds silently, healing begins silently too. You won't feel it right away, but one morning, you'll wake up, take a deep breath, and realize that the world feels a little lighter. And your heart a little freer. In the next part, I'll share how to break this cycle completely, how to retrain your body and your mind to let go of this silent war, and how to finally give your heart the peace it's been begging for all along. There comes a moment, for every person living with high blood pressure, when you realize it isn't just about medicine or food or genetics. It's about rhythm. The rhythm of how you wake, how you think, how you treat yourself in silence. That rhythm, repeated day after day, decides the fate of your heart. And the good news is, you can change it. The first step isn't in a doctor's office, it's in your morning. When you wake, resist the urge to reach for your phone. Before the world enters your mind, listen to the sound of your own breath. Feel your chest rise. Place your hand over your heart and thank it. You've survived another night. You're still here. That single act, gratitude, releases a cascade of calming hormones that lower your pressure faster than you might imagine. It's nature's medicine, freely given, often ignored. Then, take a moment for silence. Let your body wake up before your mind starts racing. This is when your nervous system resets. This is where the storm calms. If you can, step outside. Feel sunlight on your face. Nature has a way of reminding your body how to breathe. The rustle of trees, the early air, they whisper peace into places where stress once lived. And your blood pressure, that constant silent battle, begins to ease without you even noticing. But healing isn't just about quiet mornings, it's also about the choices you make throughout the day. Each time you feel anger rising, frustration boiling, pause. You're not just saving your mood, you're saving your arteries. Every emotional spike causes your heart to work harder. Every unspoken worry tightens the vessels inside you. Learning to pause, to breathe, to let go is one of the most powerful medicines in the world. We've built lives that move too fast. We measure time in deadlines and notifications. But your body doesn't understand speed. It understands harmony. And when you force it to live in chaos, it fights back. High blood pressure is its way of saying, slow down. I can't keep up. So slowing down isn't laziness, it's survival. Throughout my years, I've seen people reverse what seemed irreversible simply by changing their relationship with peace. One woman in her 60s told me, "Doctor, I stopped checking my phone first thing in the morning. I just sit in my garden for 10 minutes. Her blood pressure dropped by 20 points in 3 months. But more than that, her laughter returned. Her sleep deepened. Her life slowed, but her joy grew. That's the hidden secret of healing. It's not about perfection, it's about presence. You see, your heart doesn't ask for much. It just asks you to live gently, to treat your inner world the way you wish the world outside would treat you, with patience, compassion, and care. Every heartbeat you have left is a gift, and each day you choose whether to make that heartbeat easier or harder. So the next time you feel that tension in your chest, that restlessness in your mind, don't reach for your phone, your to-do list, or your excuses. Reach for stillness. That's the real medicine you've been missing. Because what's making your blood pressure worse isn't just what you eat or how much you move. It's how you begin your day and how you carry your heart through it. You've learned the cause, the mistake, and the quiet damage it creates. Now it's time to talk about something deeper, how to rebuild the trust between you and your heart. Because the truth is, your body still believes in you. It's still fighting for you, and if you're ready, I'll show you how to make peace with it again. My dear friend, as you listen to these words, I want you to pause for just a moment. Feel your heart. That steady, patient rhythm inside you. It's been with you through everything. Every stress, every sleepless night, every worry you carried in silence. It never gave up on you. It kept beating, quietly, faithfully, hoping one day you would listen. We often think healing means doing more pills, more diets, more control. But sometimes healing begins when you stop, when you allow yourself to rest, when you finally whisper to your own body, "I'm sorry for rushing you." Because that's all your heart has ever wanted, your gentleness. The truth about high blood pressure isn't just medical, it's spiritual, it's emotional, it's about the weight you carry in your soul, the burdens you've never spoken, the expectations you've placed on yourself, the guilt that keeps you awake at night. Every bit of it becomes pressure, inside your mind and inside your arteries. But there's something beautiful about the human heart. It forgives. When you change how you live, it responds almost immediately. The moment you choose stillness over chaos, peace over panic, gratitude over distraction, your body remembers. It's as if the heart says, "Finally, you heard me." Tomorrow morning when you wake up, I want you to try something different. Don't rush, don't scroll. Just sit for a moment in silence. Breathe deeply. Let the air fill you with calm. Whisper thank you to life, to your body, to the heart that never stopped believing in you. Because that small ritual, done with sincerity, will begin to reverse years of invisible damage. No supplement, no shortcut, no medicine can replace the healing power of peace. You were designed for calm, not chaos, for rhythm, not noise. And the moment you return to that truth, everything begins to change. Your blood pressure, your energy, your joy. So remember this. Your heart doesn't just beat to keep you alive. It beats to remind you to live. To live gently, to live gratefully, to live with awareness of the miracle happening inside you every second. And if you've been battling high blood pressure, if you felt lost, tired, or afraid, please know this. You're not broken. You're simply disconnected from your own peace. And peace is something you can always return to. Take back your mornings, protect your calm, let your heart rest, not just at night but throughout your days. Because when you do, the numbers will follow, the fear will fade, and what remains is life. Real, beautiful, balanced life. This is your reminder from one human heart to another, healing begins not with resistance, but with surrender. Thank you for listening. and for choosing to care for the most loyal part of you, your heart.